What I have come to realize is that things are different now than they were in 2023, like really different. Our employment, our federal workforce has been dismantled. We have parents, in different working situations. We have a different political environment. And I just find myself wondering, like when I think about the themes we talked about tonight, the middle school theater and other theater, the calendar, some of these things, how are we going to address these big things? And just like I'm aware through my own street data, so not the quantitative data, but through street data, more kids than ever are entering school dysregulated. They might not have the readiness for school that we would hope. Families need more support, especially with the employment issues. It's hard for parents to volunteer in PTAs. I hear so often that PTAs can't get quorum. People just are not connecting in that way, and the technology is impacting kids more than we thought. So, what I'm wondering is, when do the board and the superintendent have a conversation about the systemic adjustments that could alleviate some of the pressures, more than one thing, like, the schedule of our secondary courses. We talk about theater. It breaks my heart that kids have to choose whether it's theater or music or band or chorus and computers or a world language. I mean, that schedule is just, it really suffocates that opportunity. How could we adjust that? That's a big thing, right? That could probably alleviate a bunch of things. That's belonging, and that's getting, the kids involved in the arts. We know that helps. Grading, and our student rep advocates for this all the time. There is not clarity still with grading, and it's causing a lot of stress on our high school kids. And it's hard for them to feel like calm because it's not clear. The calendar. Look, parents have voiced clearly that they need the school division to help by providing a stable calendar that prioritizes 5 days a week of instruction. We have to be able to listen and adjust our plans in the face of significant community needs. It's okay. That was 2023. We're basing our decisions. Things change. And especially, how does the strategic plan reflect the society-altering work of AI? Because technology is bringing the kids in a different mindset. So absolutely, we have to monitor, chronic absenteeism, and we need to work towards inclusion and universal design for learning. But some of these bigger things I don't hear us talking about, and I think they could solve some, they are part of the solution, and we can't just keep focusing on these 4 goals that we set 3 years ago. I think our April 24th retreat is a prime time to really talk about, is there one of these things we really want to dig deep and start to chip away at some solutions?